show is brought to you by the Black Business School, the number one black wealth institution on earth. To learn how to invest in the stock market for free, please visit firstshareofstock.com. That's firstshareofstock.com. And that link is at the top line of the description box. You got my personal recommendation on that, firstshareofstock.com.
I need some competition out here. Come on.
For him all the way. As far as the allegations, I have no comment.
Okay. Last time we had you here, we talked about T.I., and I seen you on the show last year, and Tiny, we asked you about that, and then we found out a few months ago that they dropped the charges, and it seemed like that case, pretty much went to the wayside. Do you think this is a common trend that you see, that people are just clout chasing now, these celebrities, rather than it being some real accusation that's really going on? Do you see that being in Hollywood?
Well, yes, I do. A lot of it is a money grab. How would the girl know that Drake put hot sauce in the condom if she wasn't trying to shove it up her cooch? I think there's a lot of money grabs out there. Also, I think that some of the things may be true. But I'm very much the type of person that if you slap me today, I'm going to tell tonight. I'm not waiting 15, 20, 25 years to speak on it. I'm just not that type of person. I do understand that a lot of women feel like they will not be believed, which has been a pattern for us women for a long, long time. But you can't, nothing beats a failure but a try. You should at least try and have it documented where people could go back and see, oh, yeah, she did file a report back then. I know that the timing of this lady's suit is very suspect. Why would you wait till the day that he dropped the news about Death Row? Why would you wait till 3 days before Super Bowl? I know a lot of news outlets are not covering that story, and we're just gonna have to wait to see what happens. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, to kind of keep it on T.I., we see that he has now taken his talents to the stand-up comedy stage, and I'm hearing a lot of great things about it. I haven't heard anything personally, but I heard nothing but good stuff. What do you think about T.I. and his stand-up? Have you heard any? And what do you think about people transitioning into comedy? Me and my cousin talking about it. And it's like, well, if he's good at it, why not? But I know a lot of people in the stand-up world have taken a lot of years and a lot of time and hard-earned blood, sweat, and tears to get into where they're at. So how do you feel about that whole dichotomy?
Well, it's a touchy subject for me because Tip is a friend of mine. I had the same problem when Nene Leakes was trying to do comedy as well, and we really had a battle over that one publicly, because there's a lot of people, even on Instagram, who are great comedic actors and could be a great comedic actor, but they want to try to do stand-up, and it doesn't always transition. I've not seen Tip in person, so I can't go on what anybody says his comedy is like until I see it. I've not seen it.
Right.
I think that if he's always had it as a passion and he's always wanted to do it, then, if he thinks he's good and other people are saying he's good, then okay. But I know that for most of us, we've had to trek a long, long road to get to the position where we are. Most of the people that you like, the Bill Bellamy's, the Jamie Foxx's, and myself, Tommy Davis's, stuff like that. When we started doing comedy, there was no money. There was no money. There was no television. I started doing comedy before there was a Comic View or a Def Jam. And we don't take kindly to, it's like comedy is the only genre that everybody thinks they can do, which makes it seem like we don't take any thought or any process to what we're doing. Everybody don't think they can sing country. Everybody don't think they can sing opera. Everybody don't think they can paint like Picasso. Everybody don't think they can be a sculptor. But everybody thinks that they can be a comedian. That part kind of irks me because everybody cannot. And if you come into comedy with an already built-in fan base, then you're years ahead of the hard work that we did, which was to live and create a fan base without any social media, by the way.
Right.
So, if that's what he wants to do, um, T.I. has the wherewithal to do whatever he wants to do. And I haven't seen him personally, so I don't take nobody's word for nobody when it comes to doing comedy. I have to see him for myself. So I haven't
Would you
seen
be
him.
honest with him and tell him if he was ass at it?
What do you think?
For sure, for sure. The other day, well, we know about Kodak Black being shot by Ice-T, and you live in the area of Los Angeles. He put a warning out to the different, entertainers and rappers coming out there. He was like, look, it's like 50,000 active gang members out in LA. I need everybody just to be careful and keep your head on a swivel. Do you think that this is going too far now as far as, these rappers coming to different places and getting shot? Kodak Black was shot. A lot of people were saying a lot of different rumors. Is it going too far now with the hip hop industry now and these rappers getting shot almost, it seems like every few months and killed?
Well, I'm never for violence like that. I'm never in support of gunplay unless it's to self-defense. I think that Kodak Black, I wanted to shoot him myself when he tried to get at Lauren London shortly after Nipsey had been murdered.
Yeah.
I thought that was real tacky and real foul, and I wanted to hurt him myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't care that he got shot. I do care that he lived. I'm not trying to see anybody die, but he can take a bullet. A lot of us have.
Yeah.
But uh, I think that you can speak into existence things just like you can speak positivity over your life and success over your life. You can speak death over your life as well. Look at Biggie's album was named Ready to Die. Well, you got your wish. And Pac sang a lot of songs about dying and death. And a lot of rappers sing, like they don't give a fuck, they don't care. Well, then you're bringing that energy onto you. If more rappers would, know, sing about positive things. You don't see KRS-One getting shot. You don't see Chuck D getting shot. You don't see Tribe Called Quest getting shot. They're not talking about that stuff. They're talking about Black positivity and empowerment and things like that. And that's why the advent of rap was so important. Rap did not never start off talking about bitches and bling and whips and shit like that. It talked about uplifting our people and fighting the power and stuff like that. So I think if they change the narrative of their language, then maybe some of this violence won't be put upon them.